How's it going, guys? So in today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to make this scene right here. We're going to get the whole composition, this character, this head model, and this big old field of grass that we got going on. We're going to be playing with some particle systems and a lot of fun things, and we're going to be making this very Beeple style render. I was inspired by Beeple when I created this, and a lot of people love him, so I figured I'd try to tackle his style and give you guys a tutorial on it. So let's get into how to do this. Before we get into that, though, on Patreon, Syncratic3D has joined me, and he'll be making 10 procedural materials for the Patreon every single month. This month's theme is iridescent, so we have 10 new iridescent materials. We got a bubble, we got some really cool stuff here, this beautiful one here, cool plastic iridescence and some glass. So if you guys want to go grab that on the Patreon, you can go get that in the description. The Patreon has exclusive tutorials, tons of project files, and I show my client work as well. So if you want to go check that out, it's in the description, but let's get into the tutorial. All right, so I'm going to minimize this one, and I'm going to pull up a new Blender file. And we're going to go ahead, Shift A, hit a plane. I'm going to hit S10 to scale it up by a 10 because we want this to be pretty big. And then I'm going to go ahead and subdivide this here by 50. Just give it a good amount of subdivisions. Now, let's go ahead, add a modifier, a displace modifier. I'm going to hit Control A and apply scale just to make sure that I did that. We're going to click New, click this little button here, and we're going to add in a clouds texture, depth all the way down, bring the scale all the way up. I'm going to give it a scale of 4, and then I'm going to go back to the modifiers and bring my scale down right about there. Just a nice little displacement. I'm going to right click and shade smooth. Now I'm going to apply the modifier. So now we have a nice, very subtly displaced plane here. Now we're going to go ahead and make our particle system. All right, this next part I'm going to take from a CG Matter tutorial. If you want to learn about how to make really cool grass fields and stuff like that, I'm going to link in the description the tutorial that I'm getting this from, but I'm just taking a small portion of how to make this little grass clump. So he's awesome. Go check him out. So let's go ahead, get a plane, bring it all the way over here. And then I'm going to take him and squash him in like this. I'm just going to quickly do it here. And then I'm going to hit Tab. I'm going to go here to to Loop Cut. We're going to Loop Cut it here. And number of cuts, bring it around there. And then we're going to go to the Face Select, the Edge Select here. If your pivot point is really weird, you're trying to navigate it, just hit period, and you'll get back to where you were. Now, I'm going to go out of the Loop Cut, hit this. I'm going to click Proportional Editing, and we're going to scale it up like this. And I'm going to hit S0 on that so that we get a nice piece of grass, just like this. Now I'm going to hit RX90 on this guy to rotate him to here. We're going to add in an array modifier and then just going to bring him over like that. And I'm going to give it quite a few. This is up to you. I'm going to get right about there, and I'm going to add in another array. So I'll copy this, and then we'll move it over. So I think it's this one. And we have a clump of grass for now. We have a nice little clump of grass. I'll bring it over right about there. I'm going to apply both of them. I'm going to hit Tab and then hit A to select everything. F3, and I'm going to type in Separate. Mesh, Separate, and by loose parts. And what that's going to do is treat them now like they are individual grass pieces, which is awesome. Now what we want to do is randomly sort of distribute them and move them around. So I'm going to go back to F3 and type in Random. And click Randomize Transform, and now you have the settings. So if you just watch how it works, randomize the rotation, say mess up with the location, just go and do some interesting things to randomize your grass, and then maybe we'll go over here and randomize the scale, just like this. Now we have a nice clump of grass, and the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit B, box select all of them, and hit Control J and join them back all into the same object. Next thing I'm going to do is add this as a particle system to this. So let's go ahead and add a new particle system by clicking this, hitting the plus icon, clicking hair, right down here on render, go from path to object, instance to plane. Instance object, we'll do plane 11 or plane 119, and now we have this fun grass going on. Now you can see they're going below the plane. All you have to do is click this, hit Tab, so we can move that anchor point up so you can see the grass kind of moving now. So now the grass is now up. So what we can do is go down here and play with scale randomness to scale, and then we'll give it, say, 10,000 particles. Now don't worry about topology. It's not going to be crazy heavy because these are very low poly, so you don't have to worry about being really heavy. Now we'll go back to the particle system and we'll make the hair length really small because we want this field to look like it's big. So bring the hair length down to, say, something like that, and then I'll add more particles. I'm going to say 30,000. Now you can do however many you're comfortable with, however many your system can handle. But if you want to render 30,000 but your viewport can't handle 30,000, come down here to viewport display and then bring the amount down so it only views that many, but when you render it, it'll be the 100% amount. So you won't have to worry about that. So we're just going to leave it for here, being that the camera angle is going to be like this. We don't have to worry about a lot of clumping and designing the clump like that. So let's go ahead and come over here and we're going to set up our camera. Just like here, just to set up our composition, we're going to Control-Alt-0, snap it to view, and then I'm going to go into the camera and bring my focal length a little bit farther back like this, maybe 40 degrees, and then bring it down, and then hit R twice to mess with your composition however you like. So this is kind of what I'm going for. I'm going to hit F3 and get a render region. So I'm going to type in set render region. Set render region right here, and then you'll take it, do like this. So now whenever I hit Z and rendered view, it only renders what's inside of the camera view, which is really nice. And I'm going to click these two buttons here and use one of the built-in HDRI. So right now we just have white, boring grass. So I'm going to go ahead and shade it a little bit. So we're going to click on our grass clump and shade it. So let's hop on over to shading. Click new. We're going to get a color ramp. We're going to get a noise texture right here. Plug the factor into the color ramp, and then we're going to hit Control-T if you have the Node Wrangler add-on enabled, and then go to, so we're going to keep it at generated. We're going to bring up the detail on this grass, and we're going to give this one a darker white, and then go into, grass is kind of yellowish green. It's not like green unless you're on like a golf course or something. So we're going to bring this down a little bit. We're going to click from instancer. I'm going to come over here and change the object coordinate to object, the texture coordinate I mean, so we can kind of see some of this fun going on. And if we're just judging how the grass looks, I'm going to keep it here for now, but we're going to change it a little bit later as we're designing. I'm not super happy with how the grass looks, but we're going to keep it. I'm going to put the scale here at 2. And if we hit render, we're going to get some nice grass here in our cycles preview, and then we'll bring that background off. So now we have some grass going on. Let's go ahead and now get our character. What we're going to be using for the character, we're going to be using Mixamo for our character. It's completely free. It's an Adobe application. So you'll go in there, make an account. It's a completely free account. Don't worry about paying some subscription plan. So you go into the characters and you'll go ahead and pick one of the characters and then move over here to animations. And I'm going to type in idle. So we want an animation where he's just standing there idly. And I like the one where he's just standing looking right here, idle. We're going to click that one there. It's going to take a second to load, and then it'll give you a preview of how your model looks. Click download, keep everything at the default, download. All right, now let's go ahead and import that model. So file, import FBX. We're going to go over here and find the FBX import button right here. Go to desktop where I saved it. We're going to click idle and then wait for it to import. There he is. And then what you want to do to actually move him around is move him around from the armature. So you'll do that. See, my camera's right here. So I'm actually going to move my camera over closer to the middle just to help me out compositionally. And then we'll take our camera, we'll take our armature, maybe rotate him this way because he's going to be looking at something. And I like this right here. I'm going to reposition my camera a little bit to assist with my composition. Now you can see in my grass, now you can see in my final render, you can see some other weeds and things like that. All you have to do is look up grass models, flower models, and do the same exact thing I did with the importing the grass. Just put it into a particle system, play with how many you want, and it's just as easy as that. So you can go in and throw in whatever particles you want. It doesn't even have to be grass. You can be really weird and creative with it, but I looked up some flowers and some random weeds. Just look up free 3D models, or you can go on Blend Swap, and they'll have some free stuff on there as well. All right, now we're back on the grass. If we hit render, we can see how it's going to look for now. Now we have grass, some stuff going on. We have our guy. Now we want an HDRI to light our scene. So I'm going to type in HDRI Haven right here, and we're going to go ahead and we'll go ahead in here and pick an outdoor. So we're going to go ahead here, pick an outdoor one. I'll show you right here, and then you'll download the 4K version of whatever HDRI you want to use. Now you'll go into your settings here, color, environment texture, right here in the world settings, and open up that HDRI. So mine's located right here, sunflowers. And then if I hit Z, rendered view, you'll be able to see that HDRI. Now it's working in my scene. Now this isn't looking that good. I don't like how the HDRI is showing in the render. I just want it to light my scene. So we're going to use another website to get that asset, and that's called Unsplash. Type in Unsplash, and we just want to use an image of a sky. So I'm going to look up field. For this type of thing, because the camera isn't a perspective of a field, we kind of want to use the same kind of image. So you'll go in and just download a random image of the field you kind of want, the sky you want to use. I have already downloaded one from there, and what I'm going to do is go into the preferences on add-ons, type in images as planes. So import images as plane, select that. Then I'm going to hit Shift A, images planes. I'm going to go in here and select my image right here. Don't double click yet, click emit and then import it. And then I'm going to move it back over here, maybe over here. I'm going to hit Z into material preview, and then I'll move it right about here. Scale them up for our render, and if we hit Z and rendered, you'll see we got some nice stuff. I'm not liking the grass. It's a little bit too big. So I'm going to go ahead into the particle system, and we'll say hair length of 1. Also, to add some randomness into the movement of the grass, you can click advanced in the particle systems, click rotation, and then right here go to normal, and then randomize the rotation of the grass. You can also animate this to sort of make it look like it's blowing in the wind, which is really cool and fun. And then we'll go back into the rendered view and see how that's looking. All right, I like that a lot better. All right, so I'm liking this much, much better. Now let's go ahead and get the face model. So where I get some of my models, the two places I get my models, one is Blend Swap. So if you go into blendswap.com, you can get tons of stuff. We'll go to all blends just to give you a preview. This is all free. I think they limit you in a amount of free downloads a month, but it's a pretty good number until you have to start paying. So you get quite a few models, but I went to Turbo Squid for mine because it's another place to get really good free 3D models. They have a lot of paid ones. So I'm going to go here into the search and type in face. Now on price, I'm going to go to free, and then on format, I'm going to go to OBJ, and then I used this model right here. So you can just go in and pick whatever model, whatever face you want, and apply that into your scene. So once you have your OBJ downloaded, we'll go to import OBJ right here. Go to the desktop, and we're going to go male head, and that's him right here. We'll go down and start positioning him how we want him to be in the scene. So right over here, and then we'll rotate him to be looking at us, so 90 degrees this way. And then I'll go back to the view, see how we want him, so really big. So what I'm going to do is do basically the same thing. So what I'm going to do is basically the same thing on the plane, but I'm going to duplicate this by hitting Shift D and then adding a new particle system to our heads. We'll get a little bit closer here. New particle system, hair, go from path to object, and we'll see what is this one called. Plane 001. So we'll use plane 001 here. We'll bring down that scale randomness and say, give it 30,000 blades of grass. So now we have this going on. The last thing I want to do is I want to accentuate where we can actually see the eyes, because you can barely see it even when it's rendered. So I'm going to go and click on the model and then go into weight paint. So we go to edit mode and then to weight paint. And then I'm just going to click right there. Then we go into the particle system, right down here on vertex groups, click the new group that you created, and then flip it, and then we'll go in and paint on the model, specifically where the eyes are, and paint away the grass. So we don't want grass around the eye. So now when we hit render, we're going to check out how these particles are looking in our scene. Now we have this big, weird, grassy guy. You can see in my render, I messed around with the grass, made sure it was angled the correct way. If you want to change the angle of the grass, all you have to do is in the particle system of that object, select object rotation, and then go to the object and rotate it around. So the object rotation on this one is really whack, and you can get some stuff. So I would go in and perfect this. This doesn't look perfect, but it gets the ballpark of what we're getting for that design. All right, so the last thing I'm going to do is get our eyes actually in there. So I'm going to get just a basic UV sphere and then put him inside of the head, pull him up, and I want him to be shown through the eyes. So I'm going to bring it back over here. Just go through all this grass. Now I'm going to go into the object scale and squash it. I'm going to stretch it out this way and then put it back inside of the face. Just like this. I'm going to check it out how it looks on the view. Right here. And then put it in. Now, we'll go into material preview and we'll add in an emissive material to it. So click new, emission, and then we'll make it orange. And we'll give it a strength of 10. Then I'll just duplicate this object here, bring it over. Here's how you do it. In the final render, you can see there's some depth of field that's very simple to do. So I'm going to click on the guy here, hit period to bring it over there, Shift A, and we're going to add a plane axis. And put this plane axis exactly where you want the camera to be focused. So I want to be focused right here on the guy, so put it right there. Click on the camera, depth of field, and go and find your empty right there. And when we hit Z and rendered, you'll see some depth of field. So now you can see some subtle depth of field here, and then you can make it worse, not worse, but more stronger depth of field here, right here. So give you a little bit more depth that he is far away, and then we'll hit rendered and see how that looks. All right, so this is how the render turned out. I'm just going to apply a metal material to these spheres here. So get these guys here. Control L, link the materials, maybe make them a bit darker. See how that's looking in the render. All right, so now we have those. So the render is finished. So this is the final render result. Of course, you can go back in and get some new models, add some other grass, some flowers to give it a little bit more detail, make it a little bit more realistic. Definitely change out some of this grass to make it point the right direction and do that. And yeah, this is how you do it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something, and thanks for watching.